Hi, welcome to Mrs. Patterson's Homework Help. This is Chapter 3, Lesson 5 for Math. And we're going to be talking today about the properties of multiplication and division rules. What's great about this homework page this evening is that they have the properties and the rules right here and give us examples for them. So it's very important to look back and look at these examples so that we understand what property of what rule we're talking about. So let me go over them briefly. The commutative property of multiplication basically means that it doesn't matter if you do 3 times 4 or 4 times 3 to get 12. It doesn't matter. The order doesn't change. That's the commutative property of multiplication. The identity property of multiplication is basically anything that's multiplied by 1 is going to give you the same thing. That is the identity property of multiplication. The zero property of multiplication, anything that is multiplied by 0 is going to give you 0. So that is the zero property of multiplication. And those things you probably already know. Anything times 1, you're going to get the same number. Anything times 0 is going to give you a 0. So now let's look at the division rules. Zeros in division. When you divide by any non-zero number, the quotient is 0. 0 divided by 9 is 0. You can't divide it. There's nothing to do. So it goes in 0 times. There's no 9s in 0. Okay? And 1s in division, when you divide any number by 1, you get the same number. Or if you if you divide a number by itself, you will get 1. And this is very close to the identity property of multiplication. So 1s in division. Now something you cannot do is you cannot take a number and divide it by 0 and get any number. This is what we would call undefined in math. You just don't do it, okay? So just as a clarification, you will never see 9 divided by 0 or any number divided by 0. Okay? All right. So here, these two questions, they want to know not what the answer is, because the answers are right here. They want to know what property or what rule this represents. So take this, look up here, where do you see it? Look at your operation. If it's division, it's not going to be in the multiplication land. If it's multiplication, it's not going to be in the division land. So just look, make sure you're looking at your operation. Here, they want you to find the missing number. So 5 divided by what gives us 5? Well, it's 1. Okay? So what property or rule is that? And so forth. So do the next two. We have a word problem. Do your best on that. Here it is basically from the front, so go back to the front to compare to see what the correct answers are. And do the test practice question. Now, my bonus today is what property is shown when I have 2 times 7 equals 7 times 2?